Today is day 3 at the Guyana Energy Conference and Supply Chain Expo. I'm here at Taste Guyana booth, and this is the first time I'm actually getting to have a chit chat with Minister Susan Rodrigues, the Honorable Susan Rodrigues. She's now heading Ministry of Tourism, Industry and Commerce. First of all, I want to say congratulations to you. You've been doing a fantastic job. I know you have a passion for the work you do. You've excelled in the Ministry of Housing. A lot of persons benefited, women, single women benefited from that housing drive, and you're doing a wonderful work in the industry of Ministry of Tourism. So once again, I want to say welcome to our feature. How are you doing?
Thank you very much, Samantha. You've been tremendous support to me and to the Ministry of Housing and Water when I served there. And so I'm very happy to be catching up with you now as Minister of Tourism, Industry and Commerce. Emerald Productions does exceptional work in promoting the work of the government. So I want to express my gratitude to you, your husband, and this entire production for always being present at our events and highlighting the work that we're doing.
Thank you so much, Minister. Really appreciate. Now, the energy conference is not just for oil and gas. We've seen it step out. But as Minister of Tourism, how pleased you are to have your ministry playing a part in this conference and expo?
So we're always very happy to support these conferences, any event that the government has. Right now we have a booth at the Ramadan Village, and we're here also at the Energy Conference and Supply Chain Expo. This year, we're going to have a number of high-profile conferences being held in Guyana. And the conference is part of a niche tourism. That is the MICE tourism, meetings, incentives, conferences, and exhibitions. It's a huge market within the tourism sector because, as you can tell from being here, people come from all over the world to attend these conferences. And when they're in a country, and as they are here in Guyana now, they want to experience Guyana. They want to taste Guyana. They want to see Guyana. And they leave here with an experience. That can be a positive experience or a negative one. And we want to make sure it's a positive experience. And so the Guyana Tourism Authority has sponsored this section here that is called the Taste of Guyana. And we have a number of our small businesses here that are offering local food, Guyanese food and beverages, all supported through the Guyana Tourism Authority and of course endorsed by the ministry. So we're very happy to be playing our part here, and they can come and get a taste of Guyana, and also we can assist them with their itineraries and so on for those who may want to go on a local tour, who may want to visit their Ramadan village, city tour, and so on.
Minister, what I like about this is the first time the Ministry of Tourism are playing a big part, a huge part in Taste of Guyana, because many persons, when they come to Guyana, they said, oh, I never had seven curry, I want to taste it. And I eat seven curry all the time, but yesterday I came here and I purchased a seven curry. It was delicious. And this gives foreigner a chance to come, and you don't have to go elsewhere. You can just come and taste, as you rightfully said, Taste Guyana.
Yeah, so that is a unique part of our tourism product here in Guyana, the immersive experience. So we do have the seven curry available, but we also have the seven curry available in a leaf. So people get that real authentic experience. This is a part of our culture. And they get the education along with it. And that is the direction that tourism is moving in now. People want an education around what they are experiencing. And that is what we are promoting heavily through the Guyana Tourism Authority, and one that I am proud to fully endorse and accelerate under my leadership at the ministry, to really focus on Guyana's unique culture, our food, our beverages, our indigenous culture. So you have a number of items out here, from the simplest things, from the prepackaged things like the plantain chips and so on, to local food, the seven curry, all of the local snacks that that we produce, and we also have a stall here from the from Region One, offering indigenous food. So all of this, part of our rich cultural heritage, and it's the highlight of Guyana's tourism product.
Minister, before we go, I know you're a very busy person, but before we go, for persons who's visiting Guyana for the first time, what are some of the tips would you give persons or places they should visit in Guyana?
So it depends on where you're going, because if you're attending the energy conference, you're staying at the Marriott Hotel, for example, or the Pegasus or Aiden or any one of the hotels in the city, I would advise people to go on a city tour. I would advise Guyanese to go on a city tour because you may be passing certain sites every day and you take it for granted because you see it every day. And so we don't stop and pause to look at some of our infrastructure and to appreciate its beauty. So in my direct line of sight there is the lighthouse. And all of these things are part of our city tour. And when you go on a city tour, a trained professional tour guide will take you on this tour and will explain to you the history of Georgetown, why certain streets are called what they're called, why
Like,
we
for
have.
instance, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you, like Water Street, because many times when persons hear Water Street, they say, oh, it's full of water.
Yeah, right. And there's so many other and there are legends around it, and there are a lot of myths too, but it's all part of the experience. And you can get a real education from just going around the city, whether it's on a bicycle tour around the city or visiting the museum, visiting the St. George's Cathedral. All of these are within walking distance of this energy conference. And so this is the approach that we're going to have going forward. For this year we have a major conference. The Caribbean Tourism Organization is bringing its premier conference here in October. It's a huge diplomatic win for us in Guyana and in the tourism sector. 500 delegates from around the Caribbean. You'll have directors of tourism, the different ministers of tourism from around the Caribbean. Many people who will be visiting Guyana for the first time and really understanding that Guyana is a part of the Caribbean, but that Guyana has a rich cultural history, and we have huge diversity in terms of our tourism. Like, who would come to Guyana and experience rodeo? They wouldn't even know that we have a product like rodeo that will take place on Easter weekend. So huge diversity in our tourism product, but a rich cultural heritage, and that's something that we want to promote simultaneously as we are promoting Guyana as a tourism destination.
Thank you so much, Minister. Is there anything else you could share with our viewers before we go?
Oh, I want to thank you. Like I did, I want to end the same way I started. I want to thank you for your constant support, for always showing up at our events, for supporting and promoting the work of the government. And I want to encourage all Guyanese, if you haven't thought seriously about what is happening in the tourism sector, I want you to really look at the work that we're doing in the tourism sector, and I want all Guyanese to be a part of it. And that's why I launched a campaign that tourism is everybody's business. Because as we mentioned a few minutes ago, a visitor experience can be a positive one or it can be a negative one. And sometimes it's just one person who can really ruin an experience for a visitor. So when you see a visitor, and a visitor is not a stereotypical, Caucasian person. We have visitors coming from all over the world, and we have a lot of visitors coming from the Caribbean. They're our second largest market. 33% of all of our visitors come from the Caribbean. So they look like us. They're mixed like us. They look African, they look Indian, they look mixed, and so you can't tell immediately that they're a visitor. But if we practice kindness, if we practice patience, if we practice being hospitable and delivering good customer service, we can really promote Guyana. Guyana can really shine, and it can create that impression on people that they want to return to Guyana. And when they leave Guyana, they will only have positive things to say about Guyanese and about Guyana. So I want every Guyanese to be a part of promoting Destination Guyana.
Thank you so much, Minister.
Thank you very much.
All right, guys, there you heard it from the Honorable Susan Rodrigues, Minister of Tourism, Industry and Commerce, giving you a little insight on tourism. And if you haven't visited the Energy Conference and Supply Chain Expo, you need to come down. The first stop should be on your list is Taste of Guyana, where you can get 7 curry, all the sweet meats. You got people coming from Region 1, Minister just mentioned. I'll see you soon.